So I got this guitar, it's got 7 strings on it. I noticed the strings don't hold the tune that well. I think they're just older strings because this guitar probably was sitting in a warehouse somewhere for a little while. It's not a brand new guitar from ESP, but it's a new guitar to me, you know. You know how that goes. Anyway, strings aren't holding. I bought a new set of 7 strings for this, and I wanted to replace them. I've been really liking these Diodario. That's what I use on this and almost all my guitars now. I think that this coated string just handles the tune and holds the tune well, and I feel that it's that they're pretty good. They're the same Diodario. They do a color coding on the back, so each string has its own unique color code, so you can easily go figure out what string is what. These are the thickest strings I've ever bought. This is the 7th string, and it is 64. Yeah, this is a 64 gauge. So this is like a thin bass string almost, like if I'm remembering correctly. I think like your high string on a bass would be this thick. Close. Don't. Obviously, I might be wrong. This guitar came with, this is a 54. So it's a thick string, but it could be thicker. I'm going to put it down. This thick string is having trouble getting through, which makes me concerned that will I be able to put that other string on. This little patch that covers the bar inside still had the plastic on it. That's funny. I didn't even notice it until I took this off. Okay, that's 6th string. 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. The only thing I do that I just make sure that all the posts are pointing one way so the string can just slide up and in like that. Alright, strings off. I mean, it just sits well, it looks good, it hits all the buttons, right? So, what I'm going to do first, usually I start low, but I'm going to do high first just because to quell my anxiety of this string not being able to fit through the hole. Doesn't fit. Oh, it does fit through here. That's something. Maybe if I just force it through, is the hole the same size on both sides? It appears to be. We'll give it a shot. It does not fit through the hole. It goes from a 54 to a 64, so it's a tenth, it's a tenth of a, oh, there it goes. It was backwards. Okay. It's going to be a bit high on the nut, but not earth-shattering. Boy. Hey, that's fun. This is one of the things I really enjoy doing. I mean, I would trying to make music, playing guitar, I would almost put it up there with fishing in my enjoyment of it. And for it to give me that much of a panic attack in that short of a time, I should just say some anxiety. It necessarily wasn't a panic attack, but I don't want it to belittle people that actually have them. But anyway, ooh, I thought Oh man, what am I gonna do? My plan it was just to string up the bottom 6 and then order her another a lower gauge one, and then I don't want to leave it without its strings. That's not necessarily. I don't know if it's bad for a set neck guitar, but I know it's bad for a bolt on. But this is a set neck, but I don't know. I don't want to leave it like that. It's not in tune yet, obviously, but it's close. It's ballpark, and I just want to have that tension on it to make sure everything works. Now I go back down to my high E and my high B, because this is a B string in the order. So it's B, E, A, D, G, B, E. Now, I never thought I would get a 7-string guitar, but the more and more I played, the more and more I felt the things that I was thinking of and the sound I was going for would benefit from a lower string. And maybe there's a different, I obviously don't do anything right, but maybe I'm approaching this playing a 7-string just like I do with a 6-string, and when I'm trying to make a riff or trying to think of a riff or something like that. Maybe that's the wrong way to approach it, but I have approached it also like having a bass, basically. One thing I would like to have is a bass. I think this was a better compromise because I can actually, it's a guitar, but I can just treat it like a bass and I'll have that sound that I want. And I don't know, it just felt better for me to get a guitar than a bass. I just feel more comfortable with the guitar. Not that I'm any good, but I'm more comfortable with it. And I think this thing checks a lot of different boxes. There's probably a better technique to doing this and a better, just overall way to do stuff, but if you actually have a better way, if you think I'm doing it absolutely wrong, which is well within the realm of possibility, you can leave a comment. I'll be okay with that. Normally I'm not okay with people leaving comments just because I'm always just weary of someone just being mean for no good reason. Now if you have a actual criticism, then I really can't argue with you that much. Or I'll argue with you, but at least you'll have some legs to stand on. And if you're just being mean to be mean, I couldn't care less. There are millions of other videos. If you feel that this is bad or stupid or whatever, find another video and get out of my face, because I just don't care. I have too many other things going on to worry about your hurt feelings. Now, if I say something or do something that's actually hurts someone in some way, that's never my intent. But if you just come around and you're, well, I think that blah blah blah, I don't care. I truly don't. Now if I do something to truly offend you and you're really actually hurt and you give me valid reasons why, which my content is weird, but it's not that type of weird. I'm not here to hurt people. I'm just here to do what I do, and that's it. This is, it's set. Really out of tune, of course. So I'm going to put it in tune. One thing, I get it close to tune, like this is in the ballpark at least, so it's not terribly out. One thing you gotta do is stretch your strings, so that way they have to sit. So it's making sure that it's all the way tight on the inside, so that way you can so that way when you're playing and then it starts to, you're pulling on it enough that it loosens it and then it goes out of tune. You don't want that. That's bad. This 64 is going to be fun playing on. I can feel how much it resists getting plucked, and I think I'll be able to get a decent tone out of it. Whether or not it'll be good, it's another problem, but the tone will be good. So that's the new strings on my new guitar.